got it in my car, got home. I'm carrying it in, and I dropped this thing on the ground, and my heart just sank because I know what happens with cast iron. So I've got something I've got to fix, and this is a big one. This is one of the biggest disappointments for a very long time, especially in myself, because I'm the one who did this. Let me show you what happened. I bought this. It's called a pattern vise. This is an Emmert's pattern vise. It's got a patent date of 1891. It's upside down there, but 1891. It's about 13 inches long by 7 inches deep. It's really cool, but you might already be able to see this. Got to the state sale early. I got there about 2 hours early, and I was number 8. By the time it opened, within those 2 hours, there's about 40 people in line already. I was really fortunate to get down there. I got it off. It came off with little trouble, to be honest, but this thing weighs about 50, 60 pounds, I would say. And so I got it off. I was really excited, but I paid for it, got it in my car, got home. I'm carrying it in, and I dropped this thing on the ground, and my heart just sank because I know what happens with cast iron. It's really brittle, and at first I'm like, I don't see any damage, and then I saw it. This whole corner right here chipped off. You can see it's a clean break. Here's the other end there. So the goal today, the big goal today, and it's always a big maybe, because cast iron doesn't like to expand and contract very much. It has very little room, and you run into making more cracks. And, I really don't want to braze this thing, so I spent some time on the YouTubes, about 2 hours looking at stuff, and then I'm going over to my buddy Adam's house. We're going to spend some time over there today, and he's going to TIG weld this for me. I believe I've got the right wire. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's get going. I'm going to just strip this down, so I'm only taking this part right here. I don't need the whole thing, and that's going to help a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this down a little bit, so I just have the outer jaw, and that way it'll be a little bit easier when we're working on that to put that back on that. And hopefully, this turns out right. This turns out well, and I can get this sold. It's already on Facebook Marketplace for, I believe I have it for $650. My goal is if I can sell this for $600, that's my goal with it fixed. I think I can get that, and so we're going to see how that works out. I'll let you know at the end of the video how this plays out. Obviously, we'll let you know how it looks and the kind of process we go through when we're actually putting this back together, as well as do I actually get $650 for my investment here. My investment is $180 plus 32 for the rod, so we're at $210, $220 by the time I get the grinding wheels and all that stuff, all the accessories and things. So let's go ahead and tear this down, and then we're going to head out to Adam's place and get this thing hopefully put back together. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It was kind of tricky getting the offset screw out because it's just like a little C-clip that just hangs in there. But we're going to head down, put this in the back here. I think I've got all my supplies. So I got my part, I got my piece that broke off, I got my helmet, I got my jacket. I'm not going to be doing welding. I'm leaving that to Adam because he's the pro. He does this for a living. I don't. So I'm going to leave it up to him. I've got my rod. I'm using, I'll talk about this more later, but I'm using aluminum bronze. We're going to go with the 3/32 here. And I bought a pound. I got this from Granger. And I've got a double bit axe. We'll talk more about that later, but that's a little surprise for Adam. Don't tell him. So we're going to head to the store. I got to go get some grinding discs, and we're going to head down. Here we go. So, we are here. We are at Adam's residence. Say hello, Adam.
Hello.
Hello. You all know Adam. So we got here. This is for you. It will need a handle, but you can do with it as you will.
I will.
So it's like 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Just the hair over 4 pounds. Probably by the time you're done, it will be.
Yeah, we'll do a little tune-up, and
yeah.
we'll take a video chopping a tree. Not today.
Not today.
Another day.
We got other things to do.
I got lots of trees.
We gotta fix this thing. So
cool.
we're gonna.
Thank you.
Let's do it. All right. So we're kind of set up here. We got our TIG welder set up, and we still got to prep this. What are your thoughts on prep here?
Well, I think just kind of the classic. We're going to V it out and try to
save
a little bit of the original, so we can, or the original in the middle, so we can get it lined up, and then try to, I don't know, tack it up. Obviously, we'll need to clean it up a little bit, get some grease off of here, do a little preheat probably, which will help clean the grease, and we'll see how it goes. Right now I've got it at 135 on AC, just because if you need more, you got a little bit more. And I don't think we'll need quite that much, but as the YouTube videos have shown me, it seems like you just want to let the stuff, or the aluminum bronze, melt in, and not try to get the base metal going. So we'll see how that goes.
So, we have it cooling down slowly in the vermiculite, premium vermiculite. That doesn't make a difference, but it's what they had. But this is going to allow this to cool down gradually, so hopefully keep it from cracking, because that's part of the nature of cast iron, is it likes to crack because it doesn't like moving, does it?
No.
No, it does not. But we're going to let it go, and then I'm going to clean this up at home. I'm going to let that cool. I probably will do that tomorrow. I'm going to say tomorrow. But what'd you think? How'd it go?
Yeah, I really liked using the aluminum bronze. That's the first time I've done that.
Yeah.
It was a much more successful repair than a previous cast iron attempt that
That's
we had
right.
made.
What
So
was that?
I
Was it? I mean, it was a welding rod,
I think it
right?
was
But
a
what?
stick welding rod that,
Yeah.
like a nickel rod that we had
Oh,
cleaned the coating off
yeah.
or something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Saw it on YouTube, but not everything you see on YouTube, kids,
No.
is actually what you want to
Everything
do.
on YouTube is
So
exactly how it should go.
yeah,
No, but and then we switched over. You said the polarity was
uh,
off. What we
I
switched it to
think
what?
I have the leads switched back and
Oh,
forth. I don't
okay.
do a lot of TIG on this
Yeah.
machine anymore because I
Yeah.
do all TIG at work.
Right.
So, but when you're at home and you need to do it, yeah, you got to get it figured out.
Yeah.
And the balance was switched because the
Yeah.
leads were switched. I
Right.
switched the balance, which is easier.
Mhm.
And then my tungsten wasn't doing weird,
Yeah. It was eating
weird
the
things.
tungsten.
Yeah, that was strange. So
Okay.
a little bit of learning and hopefully a little bit of a good
Yeah,
repair.
I
We'll
think
see
we'll
how
be
it goes.
good. I think we'll just clean that up. And I don't know. I might take it to work and surface it. That might work too because I got the good old Bridgeport
Mm-hmm.
to clamp her down and
Yeah.
set her off. We'll see. We'll just see how it goes. We'll
Yeah.
see how it goes. So yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. We were just talking, and flap discs. I just picked these up from Menards, and these were like $6 each. And they're good discs, but
Yeah.
you were telling me that Benchmark abrasives.
Saw one of those, Facebook all the time
Right.
popping up ads.
Okay.
That I might get more if I'm doing more fabricating
Right.
following. But yeah,
Right.
they had a bundle of 10 of these flap discs in various grits
Right.
for free, and you paid for shipping. So I think I got $11 into shipping. And
Shipping for 10.
Yeah.
Well, that's $1 a disc.
yeah, and they shipped it out
That's
like
$1 a
that
disc.
day. It was there in a couple days.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try that. That's
Yeah.
a little fun fact. I always need more flap discs, so
Yeah.
we'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's a couple days later, and it is time to get this cleaned up. But let's take a look at how this turned out. I think it turned out really well, actually. I don't see like any porosity in here. I've had that before when we tried it some weird way with just a welding rod we took the flux off of. But in general, it looks really good, to be honest. So I'm going to grind this down. And yeah, the perlite worked really good. I let this cool for I just let it sit. But that way it slowed the cooling process down, so I don't see any cracks in here. But I guess when we grind on this, we'll find out. But yeah, it went really well with Adam. So now we're gonna just clean this up and see how it turns out. It looks pretty flat, actually. Looks pretty straight if I'm looking straight down the line here, but we'll find out. But let's go ahead and get grinding on this and get it cleaned up. I very, very lightly touched up this weld with my flap disc. I believe it was a 60 grit, and then just took it down just to the surface and just then touched up the surface of that whole face. And then flipped it back over and just worked on that edge. And then we went with a smaller flap disc on my drill there, and that worked pretty good for getting into those tight spots. So I got tired of the drill, so I went down to the good old Harbor Freight and got something like this. I can't get in that corner. I want to try and get in here so I'm not taking away materials. Let's see how this works. Okay, so we're all done. Let's just show you what we got here. This actually turned out really well. There's this there's some holes right there. Can you focus? There you go. That's only porosity I see. And there is some like discoloration you can see from like the bronze to like a silver color there. But everything's nice and smooth in here. And then what I did is I got a piece of glass and then 100 grit sandpaper and just ran this thing over and got it pretty smooth. You can still see that there's still mill lines going this way and this way. But I just took a ruler and checked it for flatness all the way across, and it's looking pretty good. I'm not going to worry about all the what's in here, the dirt and stuff. I just want to make sure it's actually still flat. That's the main thing. This is still nice and flat. And for the most part, there's just maybe 0.005 of an inch right in here, I'd say. But that's about it. It turned out really good. There it is right there. So you can get the light on that. There we go. That's better. Maybe. It's kind of hard to see with the reflection, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. Looks really good. I don't think we're going to have an issue with this coming off anytime soon. We're going to do a little bit more cleaning, but then we're going to go ahead and clean this bad boy up, put it back together, and then I'm going to repost it and kind of update the listing on Facebook Marketplace, and we'll see what happens. Okay, the vise is done. It's been done for a while, but we just got to wrap up this video. We got to show you how this turned out. So here it is. Everything's back together. This pin that goes in here that allows us to pivot side to side. The original one wasn't going in, so I just got a couple C-clips and I put it in there. So that works pretty good because it was just falling out. I didn't like it very much. So this turns nice and free. All right, pivot that back and forth. Gets a little tight in some spots, but for the most part, all right, I can offset this. It's really a cool feature that this has. So not only that, but now I can also, put you right there. I can also turn this, so it's got a lever down here, and I can spin this to, it's got set detents here, so I can go at 45s, 90s, right, and this can rotate all the way around, so I can use either this side of the vise or this side of the vise. I can pop out these calls, like I got that one popped out right there, or just push that one in, which is really, really cool. Also, one thing we can do here, let me sit you back down again, is I can pivot this. So I've got this arm down here, and I just kind of mock this up just to show you guys. So I can kind of lock that in place, put this at different angles, and then even have my vise here at a different angle for, and lock that in. So this is just a really great, really cool American-made vise by Emmert that you can't get anymore. So there's the repair. I really still like how this came out. It took a lot of work to get it flat because I'm doing this by hand. I don't have like a surfacer or something like that where I could just take it to the machine shop. Would that be easier? I don't know, but I had to fix it. So this is going up on Facebook Marketplace. It's still for sale. Maybe you want to buy it. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. It's a lot of money to ship because this thing is 50 pounds, 60 pounds. It's really heavy, like really heavy. It's not light at all. So if you want it, we could ship it, or you could just come up to the Twin Cities and come pick it up. You could do that too. So this is just one of these, man, it just killed me that I dropped this thing. I was holding it from that back there and holding it by the handle here. I'm not ever putting that handle back in because I never want it to happen again. But this was a great learning experience, how to fix this, how to get it flat, hanging out with my buddy Adam and spending time with him. And you're going to see a lot more of him in videos, I think, coming up, especially when it comes to on the farm and processing animals and all that kind of stuff that you normally don't see in this channel, but we're going to start putting on here and talk more about that. But it's fixed. It's on Marketplace right now. It is for sale right now. So if you're interested, let me know. And hopefully I won't break the next one. So this is Jake, and we'll see you in the next video.